What is up, everybody? Welcome back to this week's video. I am demonstrating the barbell deadlift for you guys today. A few months back, I actually demonstrated the barbell squat, so you can go check that video out. I went through a step-by-step process just like I'm gonna do today. So we are gonna show you the barbell deadlift. Let me preface with this. As a health coach, I personally do not program the barbell deadlift very much. Reason being, it is a very high risk for a very moderate reward exercise. To be honest, the only reason you would need to do a barbell deadlift is if you're training for a powerlifting competition. Other than that, there are many ways to hit the muscle groups that the barbell deadlift hits without having that injury risk to it. The deadlift primarily hits our hamstrings, our glutes, and our lower back, specifically our back extensors. And there are many other exercises that we can do to prevent the injury risk that barbell deadlifts do bring. For example, hip thrust, trap bar deadlift, and as well as any kind of pull through. My favorite is a cable pull through. I still want to demonstrate the barbell deadlift for you guys today so that if you are wanting to do it, at least be sure to do it right so that you really reduce the amount of risk that comes along with it. So we're gonna work in phases. You can follow along. First, it's gonna be feet position, grip position, and then the actual pulling of the deadlift. To begin, we are starting off lightweight. That is number one. Before you add any weight to the deadlift, please start light, get the form down, and then you can move on up. First things first is our feet position. We're gonna come up to the bar. We want our heels about shoulder width apart. We are gonna point our toes slightly outward, about a 45-degree angle, but does not have to be crazy. We are going to bring our shins about an inch away from the bar. So those are the three things with feet position. Number one, heels shoulder width apart. 2, toes slightly pointed out. 3, shins slightly away from the bar. Once we are in this position, we do not want to move the bar up and back for any reason. This is going to completely mess up our feet position, so leave the bar where it is. Next thing we have to do is our grip. We're going to reach on down. When we reach down, slight bend in the knees. All right, we want to more so hinge at the hips, reach on down, and where our hands are going to be slightly outside of our legs. All right, we don't want them too close where they're touching our ankles, but we also don't want them too far. So right outside. Biggest thing with our grip is having an overhand grip. Many people do a alternating grip, which is great if you want to have a better grip onto the bar, but I personally don't recommend it because I don't love how it changes the rotation of one of your shoulders and you're putting a lot of load on the deadlift, and that's a lot of weird load on that rotated shoulder. I do not love that. I don't recommend it. That adds more risk to the reward of a deadlift. So we're gonna do an overhand grip. Like I said, right outside our feet. Once we are in a grip position, this is very important. This is where we are going to fix the posture of our back. In order to do this, we need to do a couple things. Number one, we need to lift our chest as high up as we can. As we lift our chest up, this is going to naturally bring our back to a straight and flat posture. This is very important. You are going to pull the bar up onto your shins, and you are actually going to have some leverage with the bar onto your shin. That is how you are going to get a proper posture for the deadlift. So this looks like this. Hand position, I'm going to bend my knees forward onto the bar. I'm going to pull on the bar to my shins, and then I'm going to drop my butt, lift my chest, and my neck and head are going to be neutral. All right, this is the position we want before we get into the pulling of the deadlift. All right, so I'm going to restart from the top, and then I'm going to go straight into the pull. The pull of the deadlift is very straightforward. We are quite literally just going to explode from our heels, pull all the way up. So I'm going to demonstrate one by one. First off, walk on up, feet position, heels shoulder width apart, toes slightly pointed out, shins about an inch away from the bar. We're going to reach on down, hands right outside our legs. We're going to bend our knees in order to touch our shins to the bar. We are going to pull our hands back in order to get some leverage from the bar to our shin. Then we are going to lift our chest, drop our butt, our head and neck is going to be neutral, and then we are going to pull. Couple things on the pull that are very, very important. I'm gonna demonstrate it again, but the bar does not leave contact on your leg when you are pulling the deadlift. The whole point of this is to protect our lower back from arching. We're gonna pull the bar against our legs until we get fully up onto the pull. Then we're gonna squeeze our glutes at the top of the rep and then drop straight on back, again, keeping the bar along your legs. All right, so I'm gonna demonstrate the pull specifically. Once we are in proper position and we are ready to pull, bar does not leave the legs. We're coming up, still on the legs. We're gonna squeeze the glutes at the top of the rep. On the way down, bar is gonna go along the legs, all the way down, drop. All right, very last important piece of information that you gotta understand with the deadlift. Breathing is absolutely critical. You notice when I was doing the reps, I held my breath right before the pulling motion, and then at the top, I released, exhaled, and went back down. So I'm gonna finish this by showing you guys 3 reps straight through, and you can watch exactly how I'm doing every single step of the process. And that is exactly how I recommend to do the barbell deadlift in order to minimize the amount of risk that comes along with it so that you can get any of the reward. Thank you guys so much for watching. I post every single Monday at 10 a.m. Go check out my training program at rustamanotraining.com, and I'll see you in next week's video. Peace.